Hello, Culture Matters podcast. Oh, I'm excited for today. Before I introduce you to our guest, here's a quote just for this podcast. Invisible threads are the strongest ties. Friedrich Nietzsche. Our guest today, friend of the Culture Matters podcast, a regular at this point. If you haven't listened to episode 468, season 40, or episodes 580 or 794, get your life together and get over there after this episode and listen to my friend, your broker builder, the real Bill, the real Bill Reiman, um, owner in RK Ryman, a local to Naples, amazing family culture business over 3 decades. Actually, the chosen professional for our family when we were going to buy our first home together. What a gift that is to do that. There's only well, it's interesting because I know a lot of real estate people. People that have followed me for years know that I know a lot of real estate people. So I just pissed a lot of people off. Bill Ryman, thanks for coming on the Culture Matters podcast, my friend.
Jay, glad to be back, man. The intros are always great, so I look forward to the intros. Just the
Well, they hit me there right at the
intros.
end. Oh, people are angry now.
There's a
They're
lot of
freaking.
pissed off listeners right now. They might have just tuned out of this one, so
They were hoping I was renting forever,
yeah.
just so they wouldn't have to get the letter. It's not
Yep.
you. So Bill's been in real estate for a long time, raised right in right in it, with the concrete all over his hands. Oh no, realtor, leader, luxury home building, leadership, host of an amazing podcast where you ask thoughtful questions local to Naples and Marco Island, Naples. Thanks for coming on the Culture Matters podcast. I like that. That was my intro number two. So, uh, first thing I want to ask is, you know, just about core values for a second here. For those that may not be familiar with your company and how you work, how have you used core values to actually lead to change and transformation in your business versus just be something that is kind of a good feel exercise? Because I trust your judgment on this as someone that I think really has culture.
Yeah, man. A lot of the core values that we established, we go over them almost. Wouldn't say every week, but pretty close to majority of the team meetings that we have. We whether we reflect on one of the values and kind of go through it as a team on what we're doing, what we can do better. I've kind of made that a part of our culture, and just to keep those values in the team's head on a consistent basis too. Even on social media, I post about our core values quite a bit too, and with our team. And then we've also, like with the new studio that we have now, I've been bringing in my team members as well and kind of reflecting on the core values of the company, and bringing those into the discussion that we have, which you'll be seeing more of that with them and getting them comfortable on camera too. It's been awesome, that whole aspect of it. But just I think reiterating those values on a consistent basis. I think a lot of companies just put them on the wall and that's it. With us, it's more of a kind of let's set it in stone in our minds. Let's set it in stone even on the job sites, so to where it's like clear to you through on a consistent basis with every employee on exactly what they're doing. Um, some we hire on them. That's another thing. You and I have talked about that hiring on core values too. I have them listed in, if we do a hiring ad, we rarely do hiring ads, but if I do a hiring ad, I list the core values out and I say, if you don't abide by these core values, you're not a good fit for us. Um, and I've also found people based on those core values and discussions that I've had. I just hired a girl from a networking event, had a good discussion with her. My wife had a good discussion with her at this event. My wife met up with her the next day, took her around, showed her what we did. Really, put an emphasis on those core values of who we are as a company, and she fit. She fit within that culture. And now she's taken the job and ran with it too. And she moved all the way from Atlanta to work with us too. She was a successful realtor in Atlanta. And I asked her the other day, she's going to come on the show, the live show next week. Her name's Mackenzie. And I said, I want to talk about your journey of why you came to RK Ryman Construction. And she goes, oh, that's easy because of the values. So,
Well,
um, that right there, I mean, I just got chills thinking about it. It's like that's how passionate we are about, we're a family business, but everybody within our business is family.
where would you say the values come from?
I would say it comes from, I mean, a lot of that came from that it was a mix. It's from the team, it's from the overall family, the journey that we've been on as a family business too. The ups, the downs, all those things, I think have kind of created them, over time. The mistakes that were made, the things that I saw, I sat in a desk next to my dad for a long time. And I always got the finger pointed at me when we wouldn't be making money, because it wasn't his fault. But but it
Love it.
was I saw a lot in those moments. I learned a lot, but I learned how to get better in those moments or what we could do better. And I think that's where, to answer your question, you know, throughout all this journey of RK Ryman Construction, 30 years in business, I've worked for it that whole entire period since I was a little kid. And just seeing my dad build it to what he did, and then now us, my brother and I, and my sister taking it to the level that we're able to take it to that next level. And I have that big vision, and having those employees fit within that vision that we have as well. The vision is to be the number one luxury builder in the state of Florida. And I actually talked about this the other day too. My sister actually brought it up. She's like, isn't that a big weight on your shoulders that, having that big of a vision? And I said, yeah, I mean, it could be to some, but to me, I know I will get there, and I know I have to get there because I have so many great people underneath me that I want to have success. It's not just about me. The company's about everybody else. Like if stuff hit the fan and the economy just went tank tomorrow, like a light switch, everything shuts off. I got to still figure out how to take care of these people. That's who I am. I'm willing to sacrifice what I have to take care of the people that are with me. And to have that big vision that I have, I just want them to have success. I want them to be able to buy what they want. I want them to be able to build houses on the water, multi-million dollar houses with us as well, build their own house, and just live their dreams too, and I think that's where all the values that we have kind of all combines together, and it was all established over time.
Yeah. What would you say your parents sacrificed?
Um, I would say my dad sacrificed, and my mom. My mom did a lot of sacrifice, because she was always home with three little kids all around the same age. That's a me being a father now and seeing my wife and the angle of, parenting and motherhood is it is the hardest thing. So all the mothers out there, it is the hardest thing you can possibly do. Uh, it's it's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress, it's a lot of I mean, you're taking care of another human, you're raising another human. So I think my mom made a lot of sacrifice with her life there with three kids, while my dad sacrificed with his life on the working side. My dad was worked long hours type building a business. He started a business from scratch in Chicago. It was a concrete business and built it up to 200 employees. And it was one of the largest companies in his whole county. And then he started a custom home building company. And that was back in the day with no cell phones, no computers, no your marketing was newspapers. That's it. But he was all word of mouth and it was just hard work and grind. And as a kid, we didn't see him much. My mom would joke and say he would come home and like put us to bed and end up falling asleep before we did, that type of thing, you know?
Wow.
But as a kid, I don't remember that stuff. I mean, what mattered was, he showed up when he showed up for, the sporting events, stuff like that. He didn't make it to all of them, but he made it to most of them. But he always talked about that sacrifice that he had to make. And I think that instilled it in me too, is like I saw how hard he worked, growing up and as a kid, and he made us work too. And it gave me more of an appreciation for the value of work too. And you know, my mindset with business and work, like I'm always doing something. Like I can't just I'm not a sit on the couch Netflix person. Like if I'm sitting on the couch, I have a laptop in my lap and I'm doing something to advance the business or myself or something. It's just how I am, and I think that came from those sacrifices that they had to make too.
Mm. I want to highlight that for the show because it is called Culture Matters. I think it matters. And what you just said, this is a real case study. Work long hours, 200 200 people relied on your father. Who knows how many people relied on those people? Was it
Hmm.
four? Was it three? Was it 20? Was it 10? Uh, he showed up to what he showed up. You mentioned the falling asleep first. Very powerful uh,
Hmm.
thought picture there. But the hard work piece, right? Well, I want your thoughts on this. When I think of hard work, what pops in my mind is sacrifice,
Hmm.
meaning I'm choosing to sacrifice as an individual. I'm sacrificing something that else. Like I could be doing this, but I'm doing this. And sacrifice, it's less about me and it's more about someone else.
Hmm.
And I think the basis of values, like the foundation of values, is sacrifice. Something in the, it's about someone else and not me. So all the values stem from um, some type of sacrifice or giving to another. Like there's like this. What does hard work mean? It means sacrifice. It's an investment into someone else. Whether the customer, well, yeah. If we look at the basis of business, the purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. Peter Drucker, right? We're in business to serve customers. We
Hmm.
sacrifice our time, our energy, our lives in the service of our customers.
Hmm.
I'm curious, like the hard work piece, like what does that it means? We work till the job gets done. All the values are built, whatever the value, we could talk about the core values. But the
No,
basis is sacrifice,
yeah, no, I
some
agree with
type of
you. I think hard work has to do with 100%. It's the sacrifice you make for your employees, your clients, the people that you're serving. And the harder or the more you sacrifice, I guess the harder you work. And I mean, hard work, when people say the concept of hard work, I mean, it doesn't always have to necessarily mean you're out digging in 100-degree heat with a shovel or pounding pavement or out in the sun or the hot, hard work can be a variety of different things to, like you just said, I like the way you put it, to grow a successful business that takes care of everybody within that culture, within that company. And um, because the defined method of hard work has changed over the years too. An example would be, my dad. Let's go into my dad. We were just talking about him. He was a concrete guy. He had to haul forms. They would put the forms, big heavy forms, over their shoulders, and then they would all have to do everything by hand and lifting. They didn't have the trucks and machines that they do now. So he'll say, "Oh yeah, I used to have to do a lot harder work back in the day than these guys do now. These guys got it made." But that's his definition versus nowadays, yes, they're still working hard there, but they're working more efficiently to get more work done. So if he had those same things back then, his company might have been 10x the size of what it was today. With the amount of work he's putting into it, or drive, we should say too. So
I think that's a great point, actually.
yeah. So
Well, you were going to say something. Sorry.
no, no, it's all it's how we define it. And my hard work for me is I'm doing a lot of things in the background to continue to grow our company into what the vision truly is too. I still go out in the field, but I may not be swinging the hammer anymore. And it might be looked at differently from somebody else that's actually swinging a hammer. They're like, he doesn't work hard, but I'm the one growing the business to help, to create work for those people. So it's like it's just a way how you look at it, and I like how you put it originally. It's your drive.
Well, that's every once in a while, it's important to show people who's the lion. There's this
Hmm.
awesome, I don't know what movie, some poker movie where he's like talking about they're playing pool and he goes to the back room and he's like, then the lion is in the safari and he's just sitting there in the shade and the cubs are nipping at his heels and then the jackal comes out and everyone thinks that they're the king of the jungle and every once in a while the lion has to get up and tear him apart and show him who's like it just builds in this. I gotta that's a quote I think I would like to memorize now that I think about it. It'd be a fun one. Man, I don't know the actor. I don't know anything. I just know that that's an awesome scene of a movie. But every once in a while, show the people. But I guess the question becomes integration, right? Is it either or? So one thing I thought of when you talk about the stone, right? Pain and adversity leads to character,
Mm.
right? It's pain and adversity. It's like that. We all have a plan till we get punched in the face.
Hmm.
Pain and adversity leads, creates forces character. It, like things that happen beyond us that put us into submission, that it forces us to look up. It forces humility. It creates perspective. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, how do we create that when if we're so there's an interesting generally like what's happening to our general culture when things we're sitting inside more, we're not in the heart, the harsh reality of nature. Like what are the long-term consequences of being able to be in this air-conditioned house having this conversation? What could be the long-term consequences, right?
Well,
How easy is it for the emperor to be detached from what's happening in to the people, like, and that's where we got to talk to our people. I mean, I'm curious to that. Like, how do you stay connected? What's worked for you to stay connected to your people? To know, like, if this was a an empire and there's a king or a queen, a pharaoh, of course they have many things they have to be responsible for. You see those movies where there's always someone coming into the chamber with some kind of issue, war, question, concern, something to sell them, and they're sitting in the throne and they're constantly being asked questions by people. The court jesters are dancing and laughing, and people are coming in and being issued in to say, hey, our lands across the kingdom are burning. What are you going to do? What are you going to give us? Oh, give them 100 troops. And like you've seen this in movies, like where the king is on the throne, people come in
Hmm.
and like, and then in some movies, the king like it was some of those movies, those hero movies. I don't know anything today, but the king dresses up as like a peasant or something, and then goes into the bars or the taverns, and
Just to see the
is
people, yeah.
drinking with the people, and there's something heroic. It's like part of those hero movies. There's something heroic, and I'm curious where your mind goes with this alliteration, or should we just stop the show right now?
No,
Well,
I wanted to actually, you were talking about pain too, and it's like, in reflecting on the hard work thing, I mean, pain's going to go either way. Pain and stress go either way. You either you build something, you work hard at it, you do what you got to do, you put your head down, move forward, and build something and a legacy for the people around you that are going to take care of people. But it's going to have pain and stress doing that, right? Or you just sit on your butt, you do nothing, and you become fat, lazy, poor, whatever you want to call it, and you're yelling at the TV about woe is me and this is all your fault and the government put me here. That is pain and stress too. So pain has its ways of going both ways. And I mean, we were born, as people. I mean, our minds, everything is to live a life of it's just you I don't know anybody that's living a stress free life. You're always going to have some kind of stress. It's the world we live in. If somebody wakes up, maybe they won the lottery, I don't know, and they put themselves in a bubble to where there's no stress around them, but something's going to get them. It's just it's the world we live in.
mm.
But reflecting on kind of what you said with the hard work thing, I think we have two directions. It's either up or down, and they're both going to have stress, pain, um, and drama along the way. It's whatever the path you choose to. You can, I think, the prosperous life or building a business. I think there's more fulfillment in that than just sitting on the couch and doing nothing or working for the man and getting into my deep thoughts right now. So
What core value pops in your mind first when I mention the word value?
for out of our core values,
Hmm.
um, man, I would say we are a team. Our team, is a good one. That's one I always reflect on because we all work together as a team. We're here for each other as a team. Uh,
What's an
you know,
example of being together as a team, in the day to day?
in the day to day, it's always solving each other's, helping each other solve the problems that we all face on a daily basis. So, if my warranty person has a problem, she'll call me. Usually she doesn't because she can handle a lot of it herself. But if we got to team up on an effort, like we had a tile issue the other day and she needed me for it and I went there. Or the selections coordinators working with the superintendents out in the field to solve any kind of issue that might have got missed or anything. It's like everybody's kind of been, we all have our duties that we have to do, but we all work together as that full team to get a big structure built within a 2 year period, so, or less than 2 years, but still, you need a team to do that. I can't do it myself. And I've learned that. And I think that's what's given us a lot more success as a builder is because we have those people in place. It's not perfect. You know, I had a conversation with a client the other day. That was the first thing that they said they weren't happy about. They said everything else we've been happy about, but we weren't happy because they found out from our decorator that they were closing 2 months later than they thought they were going to close on the house. And our people didn't tell them that. The interior designer told them that.
Mm.
So I basically said that's a mess up on our part. I take accountability for it. I know you guys were looking at a software. The software is new to us. We're still trying to figure it out. Our super's trying to figure it out too. You know, we're going to correct everything. I'll get with him. I'll have him to call you more. I'll have the selections coordinator call you more. We'll have more vocal discussions rather than message discussions, and we'll make sure everybody's on the same page. So getting with my team and talking to them, they all agree because they all have that mindset that they want things to be taken care of too, because we stress all the core values that we have. You know, set and exceed expectations is one of them. Exceptional communication, having integrity is one of them. Our clients are our friends. Meticulous detail. Um, you know, and the last one I'll continue to improve. So uh, these values that we have, they all work in line together to get what we do as a company done.
What do you say to the critic that says core values? What a waste of time. They're just on the wall.
I'd say to the critic that said they're just on the wall is that you don't have a culture. You don't have it defined to your people of what exactly the values are of your business. If there's no value in your business, how do you expect to even have a successful business overall? You know, because every business should have some type of values behind it, right? It's no different than family should have some type of values behind themselves too. And when you establish those values within a company, it gives everybody else something to value and strive for and to be as well. Like these core values aren't just for me, it's for everybody. And it's for the total growth and for the total vision of where we're going. You know, they all fit within that. Like clients are our friends. They really are. And I can say, like, I mean, we had a client appreciation party where we had 100 of our past clients at that
Wow.
appreciation event. 100 past clients. That's culture.
Yeah, and I
Not
love
many,
that.
not many builders can do that. And not many builders can say they had 100 happy clients that were in all in a room together, not yelling at the builder for the problems that they had. You know, these people were all there. They were all hugging, shaking hands. We had a really nice dinner. It was at the Hilton on Marco. Live, we had music with a violinist. It was a nice atmosphere. My brother and I spoke on stage just to tell them what's coming, what the vision is moving forward. And we're probably going to do it every year. And just to show them the appreciation, but also keep that culture because without clients, you don't have a business. And those people, you know, like I said, are friends. Like, and I said it in my speech while I was talking up on stage to them. I said, you know, I can call this person and just talk about life with them and business, and he's become a mentor to me. I can call this person and go grab a beer with them and just hang out, and or I can call these people and go to dinner and talk about, you know, their family and their lives. Like they're friends. You know, that's the thing. They become close friends, and we take care of them. We still are business with them, but they're still friends. They've seen my son grow up like, you know, it's just they're in our lives. And we don't just, it's not just a transaction with us. It's actually, you know, a relationship that we maintain forever with these people and take care of them and their houses and, you know, with those further relationships, I mean, I'm establishing another business off of that as we speak, doing more estate management stuff for them, starting to plan out maybe something because I manage 12 houses as it is, but I'm trying to plan and expand on that to where it's a full-on service model for them because we have the capability of doing that as a company. And but that'll allow me to still take care of them, take care of their houses, and maintain those relationships with them on a consistent basis as well, too. So, yeah, man, it's been good, and anybody that doesn't have core values is they're not doing it right.
We found the quote from Pool Hall Junkies, the setting. Walken's character, Mike, is in a restroom stall during a tense buildup to a big stakes pool match. He tells a vivid fable. Quote, you got this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out to here, lying under a tree in the middle of Africa. The little lions and lionesses mess with him. Then the jackals and hyenas come nipping, laughing, until one day the lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, shows the jackals who he is. Bill Reiman, you
I
are the
love it.
value man. You are the value man. You're the best. Thanks
Love
for
it, man.
coming back on the Culture Matters podcast. It's very impressive to see what your family has done over the years and how you and your siblings are stewarding this amazing family history into something truly special. And thanks for coming on the Culture Matters podcast. Very, uh, like I said, I would challenge the listeners to go listen to your other episodes and really maybe re-listen to this one on core values and ask themselves, what are our values? My testimony on that would be that I remember very distinctly in 2014 when I asked myself, what are our core values? And the answer was none. Having read Uncontainable, a book by Kip Tindall about the Container Store, which was founded in 1978 to help people get more organized, and Kip Tindall attesting that the success of the Container Store and how it impacted its employees, and the average employee made way more than the average retail employee per capita than all its competition in the industry, and all these amazing statistics about the company, him attesting them to the core values, or really the seven principles of the Container Store. And I remember asking myself, what are our values? And the answer being none. And scribbling them out and presenting them. And the rest is history.
Mm.
So thanks for being such a great example for the whole purpose of this show and this company. And we will see you all. Or I want to make sure if you're listening, subscribe to um, the Real Build podcast. You can follow Bill's journey. And if you're interested in any type of home building, employment, getting closer to Bill, how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, just go on my social media. You guys can reach out there. rkryman.com is our website too. My social media is I'm Bill Reiman, and if you search me on Google, you'll find them all. So pretty easy.
Please share this with a friend. Leave us a review on the Culture Matters podcast, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Bill.